Hey everyone, welcome to the Automotive Flux channel. So today we're going to be checking out a game called Driver. This is the weirdest racing game I have ever played in my life. It was actually sent to me directly by the developer to check out. It seems to be made in Unity. It's got some other issues that we'll talk about, but it's a very strange game. Now, I want to just point out, first of all, it's on Steam. It has one review, and it is a positive review, so this is just my opinion. Obviously, I'm not trying to make fun of the developers or anything like that. I actually think it's a pretty decent effort. There's a lot of detail in this game that you would not expect to be here. But let me give you the grand tour. The first thing you have to do in the game is pick which one of these things you want to align with. Basically, it gives you a little bit of a boost in your stats. So we've got security, comfort, ecology, and speed. The one that really stands out to me as being weird here is ecology. It doesn't make that much sense. Like, ecology is biology. I think they might mean economy. Before you can do much in the game, you have to do licenses. So I've done license A and license B so far. I tried license C, but I suck, so I wasn't able to get it done yet. But we'll give it another shot. Comfortable driving, fast driving, and ecological driving are our next options. What I'm going to do, though, is show off the car roster first. Yeah, we have a few different options here. I've only got $24,600 from my time playing, so our options are mildly limited. But you can see it's basically just regular cars, but slightly tweaked so that they're not copyright infringing. I mean, this is just a Range Rover. This is just an Audi with a little bit of a body kit. And then this is like an A7 with a bit of a body kit. But yeah, best thing we can afford is going to be this Range Rover. So I'm going to go ahead and buy it. It's very clear that the person who made this is not natively an English speaker, which is fine. Just a lot of issues with translation, at least in the English version. I suspect that they're French, so maybe play the game in French if you can understand it. But let's go ahead and buy that. Okay, I didn't know this existed, but we have security packs and different performance things that we can buy to make the car better. You can see eco, it's basically just improving the fuel economy, so that's why ecology doesn't make much sense. Anyway, let me actually drive in the game and show you what we're doing. I gotta say, the menus leave a lot to be desired. This is my first time doing a mission, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, just gonna pick some random customer, I guess, and attempt to do their stuff. Simulator ready for training. I assume now that this entire game takes place in a simulator. Your max top speed will be ignored, but remain cautious in case of a crash. The training session will end. Okay, let's go. So we turn the car on, we take off the handbrake, and we go for a drive. Now the UI is different. In the top left you can see we have a fuel gauge, which is also our RPM meter for some reason. The combination of the two is not something you see too often. I am not great at this game, I will admit, so if you see me flying off the track, then yeah, don't be too surprised. The game seems to have a warning for everything, so it's kind of funny that the guys actually thought about this, but the things just get kind of weirder from there. Unfortunately, I died, so I'm gonna have to retry. Okay, this time I'll take it a little bit easier just to make sure that we can get through this, but we have a couple of toggle switches, and just a few. One of them is the map in the middle, so if I hit the P button on the keyboard, then we'll get a map, but the map costs us $2 per second, and that is off of the total that you see above the map, which is strange. So it costs money to use the mini-map. The FPS is shown by default in the top right. The game runs okay on my PC, I mean 132 average. It's supposed to be 144 on my 2080 Ti, so your mileage may vary. But you'll notice next to that there's a really crappy JPEG of a, well, I guess it's a PNG of a smiley face. That is the examiner's happiness, or your customer's happiness, I guess, in this case. But yeah, it was used for the examiner when you're doing training. The basic gist of this game is it's a like single road traffic avoiding game, but it claims to have realistic handling. It does have a lot of camera angles, including an interior camera without a steering wheel. But yeah, I don't really see much point to that. The store page actually recommends that you use a wheel, which is interesting. I'm just using an Xbox controller, so my experiencing of the game may be a little bit hampered because of that. But if we just take a look at the landscape, this so far is just like a random desert landscape. I haven't gotten into anything else. You can see this might be Dubai or something because there's a bunch of tall buildings in the corner. There is a massive skeleton somewhere that makes absolutely no sense. Hopefully we pass by that. Also, gigantic birds. And I crashed again. The game also has autopilot. If you hit B, it'll take over your control of your vehicle and drive it for you. Not saying that's particularly useful, but I guess if you want to go slowly, if time is not of the essence, then I guess it really doesn't matter. Like, for the purposes of this challenge, I don't see a timer anywhere. It seems like I just need to get to the end, so I'm probably overdoing it by trying to go fast. So oh, there's the giant skeleton right there. Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's very strange. The tracks don't seem to be procedural or anything. I've been on this track before. One of my licenses was done on this track, so yeah. You'll also notice that there is a fire button, and there's also a what appears to be electrical symbol, but I'm not sure exactly what those mean. If we have countermeasures, that would be kind of cool, but I have not gotten to that point in the game yet. As we fly through the desert, we come upon a gigantic rock wall. Basically, this could be Mars, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I'm only 2.5k out though, so we should be closing in soon. I'm going to try to take it easy and not crash into anybody on my way in. Honestly, I've never been good at this type of game, especially not one where the handling is this strange. Like, the store page specifically says that this game is supposed to be a, like, almost hardcore vehicle simulation, and you can see in the UI we've got a bunch of different stuff over there, including like ABS, traction control measures. We got the heat of the car as well, the radiator. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that could have been much, much worse. I can shift gears. I can, you can see our center of gravity shifting back and forth as I turn. It's just a strange combination of things when you would kind of normally consider these games to be arcade, but evidently this one is somewhere in between. Oh yeah, we have to stop before all these stop signs and then hit autopilot and we win. So security score +3, comfort, no ecology, no speed. Alright. This is one of those examples of like, what is going on with this game? Because there is a mini game that you can play at the end with your mouse where you hit this and then you hit this when it turns green and you get a little bonus. I mean, I guess it's a neat idea, but it's just very strange in this context. And back to the main menu we go. So that was one mission. I don't exactly know how things work past that. I'm assuming if we hit the desert, we hit that person, yeah, it's shown that we've finished their mission, so that's something. Oh yeah, these give no money apparently. That is the training one. Let's go for one that actually, oh my goodness. So in an actual mission, we have an insurance slider. We can get full coverage for $678. I don't know what to do here. Let's just go like 98% coverage. Also, this PNG of an engine, a V8 with a supercharger on it. Why is this here? Okay, so it says, drive the customer to their destination without accident. Do not let the road surprise you. Do not ignore other vehicles. Okay. Please respect his preferred driving style. No collision tolerated, not even a tiny one. And speed less than 130 kilometers an hour. Apparently, I need to learn how to do math. But yeah, I guess we hover around 120 and then get all the way over there. Wait a minute. The slower the better for this individual. There we go. It's kind of weird to play this game in a state like this because our person wants us to go slow, which almost defeats the entire point of the like traffic stuff. I guess I'm driving around it easier and this just makes the game easier, but I don't know. I thought I'd be going fast. From my perspective, with like 20 minutes in this game, it basically just seems like a very odd mismatch of genres and also things. But I do respect the developer for the effort that they've put into it. There's seemingly quite a bit of variety, even if we are, at this point, just racing the same desert track over and over again. I accidentally made the customer unhappy by driving too fast. This is an unfortunate limo service, but I guess that's what the reality is. I'll admit I am getting a little bit impatient and I have been riding on the edge of that 130, but we're almost done with this one, which is good. And then I guess we can take that huge payout and see what else is in store for us. I want to quickly check out the rest of the roster and see what other cars are available in this game. I'm assuming that most of them are from the Unity store, unless they took the time to model all of them, but I kind of doubt that. So we made 300 bucks and we spent 300 on insurance. No mini game this time, but we got safety 10, so I guess that's good. Oh, never mind, we do get to do our little bit of challenge here. See if I can get fast. Oh, I'm slow, never mind. So in terms of vehicles, we have the Audi, as previously mentioned, Range Rover, which we're currently driving, the A7, I think. I'm pretty sure it's an A7. That's a big, it calls it a family car, but I don't know. It's sort of a performance saloon. This thing is interesting. It seems that's a combination of various supercars, but we don't have the license to buy it. A massive limo. I can imagine that this is not going to be particularly easy to weave in and out of traffic. Okay, we got a Mustang knockoff. America R. America. Ferrari, okay. It's just called a Fury. No clue what that is. That is very strange. Okay, a futuristic F1 car called Formula. I mean, alright. A semi-truck? What the? Why would you want to drive this? And it looks like that's it. So, a decent roster overall. Not a ton of cars, but the way that they load is kind of cool, I guess. Okay, apparently maintenance is a thing. So if you hit review, you can get your engine fixed. Apparently I haven't been too good to this thing. So just because I know you're very interested, let's try the ecological driving test and see how this goes. I'm going to try my License E exam, see if I can get it right. So it says, prove that you can drive green. Okay, do not exceed an average consumption of 8 liters per 100 kilometers. That is going to be difficult. Vehicle equipped with minimap modules. So we can use the minimap if we need to. Driving fuel efficient might be a little bit harder than it seems. Instantaneous consumption at the top left, average/target in the middle of the cockpit. So that kind of just shows that the gauge in the top left is actually a fuel gauge. So yeah, just having autopilot engaged, you can see it's the toggle in the far right there on the little chip. Not 100% sure what that means, but if I press P, we'll get the mini map, and that's the 2 toggles in the middle, and I can turn it off as well, or at least partially. Yeah, I think I've just figured out a way to cheese this license. Literally just turn on autopilot and just let her go. 9.2 and dropping. Come on, car, you can do 8. Maybe not uphill, but downhill we can do 8 for sure. Okay, so I suck because I wasn't able to do that. Let me try again. Yeah, we may as well just leave the drone on and attempt to attempt to get there. I'm trying again with the autopilot because it drives a lot more efficiently than I do. It's very, very hard to maintain low speed in this. Oh my goodness, it's finally gonna do it. I just left autopilot on for the entire time. Yeah, it seems like it's a lot easier to just let the game play itself at this point. 7.6, ooh, it is possible because that's the finish line right there. Yes, license passed. Man, I wish getting my real driver's license was that easy. Let's go for that sweet, sweet cash. Gonna go for a record. Overall, this game is confusing. It's very unique and most definitely the weirdest racing game I've ever played. Just something to keep in mind. If you want to check it out, the link will be in the description. But for now, that's it for me and the youmandriver. I'll see you guys again next week. Actually, next Saturday for some more, or Sunday possibly for some more automation stuff. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week, so hopefully you're enjoying it. I'll see you again soon.